So if your interest is in theater or any type of communication process or any type of media, then there's managerial work that you can do in those fields as well. And keep in mind, as with all managerial work, you're going to need some pre-experience before you actually get to the managerial position. But if it's something that you're interested in, something that is ultimately a goal that you would like to achieve, then there's definitely ways you can get there. First, it's a behind the scenes job. So if you're somebody that is in all of the plays at school and is in the lead, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the stage managers. We're talking about the sound editors. We're talking about people behind the scenes that kind of make the whole thing work. So if that's something that interests you and that's something that you actually have done before, then this is a career that could be to your liking. We're talking about radio, television, movies, could technically be online depending. It would have to be some sort of an online entertainment in the sense that it's what people are seeing or hearing. But what we're talking about is what's out there every day, what you look at every day. In the entertainment field, the news fields, different media outlets that are there, you would be the person behind the scenes orchestrating everything behind the camera. And then the person in front of the camera, that's a totally different profession. So what you will need in order to make all of that happen is skill in business. So you have to be able to juggle a lot of different things, finances and different types of areas in order to make this work. Because as a manager in this type of a field, in the media and communications fields, you're dealing with different avenues of communication. And also, and the reason I would put a cell phone on here is the fact that you have to be up on the technology as well. And all of that plays into the actual business and managerial skills that you would need. You have to have imagination, because if you're working in this field, you have to have imagination to make it work. You have to be able to see the big picture that people are trying to do with that broadcast or publication. So not only do you have to manage the process, you have to be able to see where the process is going and the end result, because that way you can actually help make it happen. You may not be the person in front of the camera, but you're the person actually orchestrating what goes on in front of the camera. So your imagination has to be right there with everyone else. Now, what could it take? A bachelor's degree. Now, if you're saying I need a bachelor's degree to have an imagination, no, you need the bachelor's degree in business, because that's the skill that you need in order to be a manager like this. You have to be able to do accounting, finances, be able to juggle different types of schedules, and that is the bachelor's degree you would actually go after in college. So if this is something that you would want to do, and a lot of times you might enter in the entry-level positions of communications, if it's a TV studio or a radio studio or anything, and as you work your way up, you realize that that might be a goal of yours. I'd like to actually be the person running all of this. Then you could go and get your degree. So if you have an opportunity and this is something that you're interested in, my advice would be find a media outlet close to you and try to get in and work even as a high school student in that media outlet to be exposed to it, because it'll let you know and you'll actually see the managers doing their job. It'll let you know if that's the type of job you actually want. So, do you like the camera? Do you like being in front of the camera? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about behind the scenes and running the whole corporation and the whole business and the production that actually people wind up seeing. If that's something you want to do, then I would suggest looking into it sooner rather than later. We'll see you next time.